Right, it's cracking the flags, as they say in the north of England. This is what you come for, isn't it? This is what it said in the brochure. This is what you want. Love it. I wasn't going to start with this, but this is what you have to deal with on arrival, so I guess it's real. Welcome back to Italy. I'm back after been away 4 weeks. I arrived 2 AM, so I drove right through, but there was loads of roadworks in Germany, Austria and Italy. And when I arrived at torchlight, oh my days, the growth. I've come down really excited. The weather's changed. I've got a huge job list to do, and now I walk into this thinking, I'll only need a day just trimming up. I'll be honest, this deflates me. This really knocks you for, you're like, oh my days. You're in between everything going on. This is going to take 3 days, 4 days. You can let it get you down, or at the end of the day, it's just grass. But how am I going to solve it? This can't go on. I can't do this every time I come back. You know, bits like this, and yeah, look at this. Some of this is chest height. Been a month, the month I've been away, it's been a month of sunshine and rain. Been unlucky, I suppose. So I need some tips here. So a few things. I'm looking at a mulcher, which will help, but they're 400-500 euros for a good one. I cannot get a goat. I can't fence the land, it's 3 acres, and it's just not what they do around here. They don't want to fence off and be one of those neighbours. I can't borrow animals. It's the terrain. It's so up and down. The flat areas, no problem. Yeah, I'll just run over that with a mower. It's all the bumpy bits, all the ups and downs, all the nooks and crannies. It's where it grows inside and around everything. That's the bit that slows you down. How'd you solve it? Genuinely. Every day's a school day. I'm learning as I go, but I appreciate some tips here because I cannot figure it out. Get a gardener. Yeah, that's going to be a comment. I'm going to look for one actually. See how much they charge. No point moaning. There's only one way this is going to get solved. The other thing, I'm looking now at this tree here. It's really shown. It's a shame. The trees have lost. I know people said grow stuff up them, but I'm going to cut them down and replant. I'm going to put big trees back in there, so I think I'll just cut them down, salvage the firewood while it's good. It's a shame, isn't it? They were beautiful. But it happens. I suppose the council had to do something. Let's keep calling the council, that's what we call them in the UK. The commune is needs to do the drainage, and they just, well, whatever. Alright, another news. I've been really polite about this one. I have noticed it myself in a few videos when I've edited them back and thought, what are you doing, man? But a few of you politely, I think the cool kids call it, slipped into my DMs and suggested that maybe I saw a look in the mirror before I turn the camera on. Nose hair trimmer. Noted. So I'll be working on these eyebrows, which grow faster than the garden, and yeah, sort this out. So thanks for being polite about it. You don't look at these things, do you? When you sort of, this is what happens when you're not out dating. You don't look after yourself that well, do you? It's camera angle, isn't it? That's the trick. Yeah, it's just film everything from up here so you can't see up the nose. This is the problem. 20 minutes ago, baking sunshine, beautiful, and now this. So no grass cutting today. Oh my God. Was that really necessary to hold in something that only an earthquake would move? Whew. Engineer's guess, we're going to call that 160 centimeters. If you haven't guessed by now, steps. It's early Sunday morning. I'm at that stage. I've been here a few days now, and I guess I'm settling in, so you're feeling really relaxed now. First few days after being away for a while and coming back to the growth, you know. Anyway, so I'm wondering what to do. I've got a huge job list. I'm sure you're all clearly aware how big the job list is. But there's a divide. There's some that are really labour intensive, they're exhausting. There are some essential things I need to do. And yeah, then there's the clearing. So I'm walking around thinking, what do I need to do and what order shall I do it in? The sun's out, it looks like it's going to be nice for a good couple of days now. It's not too hot, so it's like low 20s, which is really good. The early days of being back, yeah, slept like a log, so quiet. The birds wake you up. All right, it's jobs like this that I didn't used to clear, and then I wondered why I used to have loads of mosquitoes. So now I know where they nest. I'm finding them after the rain, and I'll clear them all out, so that should be much better. Not the greatest time for a strimmer to break, is it, when you've got head height weeds? But the muffler has snapped off and all the screws are snapped in. It does work, but whew, it's loud. And it's peaceful around here, so I can't be that neighbour, can I? I think. Sell it as parts, and I'm going to go and buy one with the wider handles because this is hard to actually manage. It does get tiring quite quickly. The one with the bullhorn type handles. Oh, anyway. So, another thing, not in the budget, but it's got to take some of the budget. This is it. This is what happens. Well, there's a tip I didn't think I'd be giving. It's not a how-to channel, remember, but This is an upgrade from my last one. I think it's probably 50 euros more. So this was 200 euros. A couple of things. These handles, oh, game changer. Stop button by your thumb there, lovely. But this harness. Oh yeah. So there's me moaning about strimming, and it could now be my favourite job. It's no exaggerate. Still rather be sat in the shade reading a book. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Okay, so where do I start with this one? Right, first of all, check the weather. Yeah, it's hot, way hotter than it was forecast. So, and because it's so lush and green, it's quite humid. Anyway, what I need to do now, the septic tank is coming. So I've ordered one of the plastic ones because I can jostle that around. I didn't order the concrete one because I'd need people to help me, and that's hard work, isn't it? Getting scheduled and organised for that when I'm as organised as I am. So I thought, pay a little bit extra and I'll get the one I can jostle about. So that's on its way. But what I need now is to measure out the pipe work, because I might as well get that delivered at the same time. It may sit here for a while, but I figured I've saved up the money for this, so I might as well just get it, because I'm sure with things breaking like the strimmer, you know, the budget just disappears, doesn't it? So while I've got it, I'm best buying the bits now. So yeah, here, that's the bathroom. So it's not too far from where the new toilet will be to where the septic tank will go, which is under where the deck was. It's the rest. It's like the long pipe then to take it across that new piece of land, the drop off and the runoff. I can do all the runoff stuff later, no problem. But because I'm building the steps, which will go over where this pipe work is, I need to get the pipe in first. Yeah, okay. The other thing I need to measure, because there's the dreamland of an outside kitchen going at the top, that's going to need a cold water supply, and that sink is then going to need a drain runoff, which will come back along the house to meet up with the kitchen runoff, which will be a sink and a dishwasher, and then it'll also join up with the bathroom runoff, which would be the inside shower, the bidet and the sink. Yeah. And then the outside shower will go somewhere else, and that can have a separate runoff I can catch up with. So this is where, in fairness, if I could afford to get an expert in to do this, I would, but I can't. So I've had to really take my time and figure out, it's literally from the ground up, isn't it? What have you got to put in first? What have you got to mark out? And you got to be really organised, because I'm not going to finish things like the outside shower for a year, maybe, I don't know. But the groundworks has to go in now, so I've got to plan it all out, measure it all out, and I'm sure if I get it wrong I can tweak it later. But important things like the soil pipe, that's the one. Waste, that's the one I'm really going to measure twice, cut once on, so to speak. The rest I reckon I could blag it. I'm just spending the money while I've got it, and that's what I'm doing. So the other thing, I hope this comes out all right. Typical, you know, that little microphone thing, it's brilliant. I've got to be honest, it's really, really good. But I've misplaced the charger, and there's no other way to charge it. And do you think they sell a replacement one? So I'm back on the GoPro with the mic on the top, and I hope this is as clear as the other stuff. I'm going to try and get it charged up with someone else I know who's got the charger. I'll figure that one out another day. Did you guess? How far was that? 20 meters. I think I've got it covered. The toilet. That's the important one, yeah? Don't want to get that wrong. Alright, some have asked about what's here already, because there's talk, cesspits, and it just runs off to the land. It's literally that. So these are way older than when I think the current regulations came into force. So there's loads of videos about this on YouTube on how the runoff work. What's here at the moment, I won't lift the lid off. It's not very nice, but the toilet is just the other side of that wall. And then something happens here. That's the bit I've got to clear out, take my time, get it all sorted, and then fill it all back in so there's no smell or anything left around. I'm not going to film that. Nobody wants to see that. I should add, I don't know where that goes. Honestly don't. There's a lot of very healthy trees in some areas, so there's a clue maybe, but honestly I don't know where that goes. So when I do this job, it's one of those I need to start and finish, which will please a lot of you, but I know I'm going to bump into a pipe and I'm going to break something, so there's no going back at that point. So yeah, I'm going to suck myself up for that. But that's a couple of videos away. The next few videos I think will be getting these delivery in, starting all this in the corner and coming down at the same time as moving what comes out of the corner to build the steps up. So there's a bit of back and forth, and there's going to be tons and tons of weight being shifted around. So a few people might come and help me for a bit. So yeah, that's hell of a lot of work. So it'll take me a few videos. And because the weather is so beautiful, I've got a lovely bike ride planned where I'm going to explore south of Marche and into Abruzzo. There's a music festival going on in the north. I'm going to pop up to that one. There's something else happening. Been invited out loads of places. This is it. You know, life's getting in the way of this renovation. I can't complain. But yeah, I'll get out and about, so there'll be that back to the blend. So the clues will be in the thumbnails, I think. I'll try and get my thumbnails really clear as like, right, this is all about the house, or it's like a half shot screen where it's like half about the house, half exploring, and so on. And because I've got a real mixed audience, which I love, and I love those of you who watch everything, but I appreciate some of you get really bored at some bits and then ask questions about the bits you skip, which I always find interesting, but I'll respond as politely as I can. It's this stuff. This is that stuff you used to throw at your friends on the way home from school when you're a kid, you know? It just sticks to your clothes. I think it's almost strimmer proof. You gotta like rake it out. This wasn't here last year, so this is just a new gift from the wildlife gods. Thanks for the sticky stuff. I don't know if this is relevant or it's a good time to mention it, but I'm asthmatic. I used to have a lot worse when I was younger, to be fair, so as I'm older it's sort of, I've learned how to manage it. And for me it's diet and then lung capacity, so that's why I go running. I use my pump in England, not a lot, but you know, I use it. Come here, don't use it. England, get hay fever. Here, nothing. So, it's not a health channel, just thought it's interesting. Oh, the fireflies are out, so I was sat there having a nice glass of wine and a firefly almost flew into my face, so I thought I'd go and chase him around for a bit. Hopefully this camera is better than the one I had last year, and hopefully all this comes out lovely. God, they're amazing little things, aren't they? There are hundreds out. Forgot to get the camera. Anyway, this has just been delivered. So, what is this? I can use some for the trees and some for just setting out steps. But so these thinner poles, €6.50 each. These fat ones, which these ones, €15 each. A couple of euros for delivery. So yeah. Oh. And exciting. I know I don't use any Italian on video yet, because you can imagine the confidence levels of those things is just crazy. But for the first time, they rang this morning. I took the call in Italian, understood everything they said. I responded, and he understood, and it arrived, and it all got paid. So, piano piano. But I'm a long way from talking in Italian on this little thing. But in the future, what I'll do is show how I learnt, and I'll be honest, it's hard. I think it's my age. When I was younger, I learned Spanish quite quickly. It's not the same at this age, so I've tried everything, and that's probably not a bad video to go through. I've a long way to go, and I'm looking for a decent tutor to work with. Maybe one in Italy, one in England, and I'll share that. But the language barrier is real, and I quite like it that nobody really speaks English. I think that's that's a good thing. Maybe for progression, you know, it's not my thing to comment on. But I quite like it that I have to learn the language. I just wish I was better at it, and I just dedicated more time. It's all my fault. No, this is no excuses really, but it's hard. They talk so fast. Hey, you okay?
The coffee is ready.
Perfect. Good timing.
This is my best friend, Alessandro. This is the Richard.
You too. Nice to meet you.
So,
So, più questions.
sì, no, io vado. Se tu per venerdì. Sabato c'è.
Because he's such a legend, he's coming with me to the builder's merchant to put the order in. 'Cause there's a few questions about the odd little thing. I'm sure you understand when you're talking septic tanks. So let's go to the builder's merchant.
So when are you going back to England?
Early June.
Early June.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I might.
But with the car you go back?
Yeah, I have to take the car back. So we'll go surfing.
Oh, Bali, amazing for holiday. But my prefer every time when I went out, America, Canada, Australia, every time when I came back, every time I fall down more of our area. Restaurant. There is some small restaurant here. The owner are a small family, and you can eat very well, good food, good wine. But they are very small, so they are not really popular.
Okay. Let's go spend some money.
A lot.
A lot of money. Ah. Show all the nice stuff. It's stuff like this, I think. Alright, just do a quick tour. They will let me record this, it's no problem, just to show you some of the... Well, I guess you can get this most places, but I think a bit different here, like those beams. Beams like that, and then I'm into the finishing materials. I'll show you some stone quickly now. I had quotes for most of this, so I'll try and put it on the screen. Give you an idea of price. Most things are per meter. To be fair, the price is good. So most of the drainage work is concrete blocks, but because I'm on my own, I ordered the plastic stuff, which is a bit more expensive, but at least I can move it around on my own. So what day are we? Thursday. Ordered, paid from my app while I sat there. They'll deliver most of it Monday. Some things have to come in, so I'll probably Tuesday, Wednesday. In 2 deliveries. Lovely people, good service, happy days. Alright, that might have been a bit rushed at the builder's merchant then, but I will show you what comes. I'll give you a breakdown of the prices to give you an idea. And what I think I was saying with the septic tanks, the concrete ones are good, but you obviously need, you know, a crane, a lift, a lot of people to lift it. And because of the schedule, and I'm 2 weeks into a 4-week trip, so I'm already a little bit behind, I thought I'd pay the little bit extra to get the plastic ones, and they're brilliant anyway. They're very, very well manufactured. So, and I thought the price was really good. From what I researched online, I think the prices are very fair. So that's changed. I think things are coming back in line. Like I say, I'll share the prices. I'll put a bit on YouTube. But I think, to be fair, because this is only a few of you are interested in this sort of detail, this is the sort of stuff I'll put on a good blog on the website, because then at least I can timestamp it and date it. Alright, that's genius, that's lovely. So I hope I've got a new relationship there where I can then email them from England and say, here's a photo, can you get me this? I'm coming down in 4 weeks time, can you deliver it by the time I get there, and I'll pay you online. That could be, so you need those relationships, don't you? And they're local, and they all know each other, they're all friends, and I think it's lovely. It's the nice bit about here. And I cut the video off when Simone was in the car, but to hear him talk about how much he loves living here, that's a bit special, you know, because he sees things. He's shown me things every time, new places to go, new places to see. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, let's get back to the house.